Hi guys, welcome back to the Addicted Bookworm, where my addictions all over the internet. On this channel, I do book hauls, book reviews, audiobook reviews, and so much more. So I know that I really did not do that good of enough review of my Nook after owning it for a month, and it has been a hot minute. It was actually the 17th that I actually bought it, and I have been so busy with work, I've been so exhausted from work, that I totally failed to do a review of the Nook after 1 month, so I do apologize for that. Um, I had a little problem with one author. I was like, is the haunting of something manor the next book, or is it Dead Lake? And actually turns out to be Dead Lake. So I have Dead Lake on here. So one of the huge reasons that I had decided to try to leave the Kindle equal space is because of the fact that they don't treat their employees well. And now it's just gotten a little bit more worse since, I think, like the tariffs and stuff like that. Which, by the way, an appeal court blocked a federal trade board. Like, really? Okay. We'll see what happens. We'll see what the Supreme Court says about it. But anyways, so I was looking for, this is back in December, I was looking for a perfect non-Kindle e-reader to pour my money into and to pour my finances into, because I'm a huge lover of ebooks. I love ebooks. I take an ebook reader to work. It's either the Kindle or generally the Kindle. So everyone knows I bought my Nook Lenovo, which adds a splash of color to it. Plus, you can also watch Netflix and all that jazz. Which, by the way, the Thursday Night Murder Club dropped their trailer for Netflix dropped their trailer for Thursday Night Murder Club, which I will say looks good. So I think it's coming out next month. I believe it is coming out next month. I have to look at the trailer again. But anyways, absolutely loving it. And of course, I really like the new Golden Trio. I'm sorry, but the girl looks like Hermione Granger. I just like, I know I'm gonna get hate for that, but I do. I like the Golden Trio casting a lot better than the adults, but that's just me. Anyways, getting back to it. So, once again, I still have the same issue with the power button. It does not take 4 seconds for it to turn on. It actually takes a little longer than that. So that's my only gripe about this Nook. Other than that, I have had no issues with the Nook as far as like being able to buy books on there, being able to turn the pages. It's not as quick as the Kindle Colorsoft, but I will say this: I did not buy the Nook for snappy page turning. I bought the Nook to try to leave the Kindle ecosystem as much as I possibly can. Sorry about that. Okay, so even though it says that I currently am not on the internet, I use my hotspot to get on, to hook up my Nook to the internet, so that I can see what's the next book, or upload a book. Right now, I don't really care about being on the internet right now, or just hooked up to the internet right now, because I already have the books that I'm going to be reading uploaded. So no problem. I'm uploading. I'm going to be reading. I'm reading. I think I mentioned this in the video that I did that I've not yet uploaded about what I'm going to be reading for next month, my June TBR. This is the Deadly Something. basically it's about, yeah, you can see it, the Deadly Detective Agency. And this is just basically about a woman who has died, and she has no idea how she died. She has no, like, visible, like, marks on her, like no stab wounds, no gunshot wounds, nothing like that. Um, I like the Victorian lady. She's very, like, refined. She has wonderful commentary on modern dress. I just love that woman. I just love that woman so much. Um, but she has, like, these bluebells in a basket, and kind of wondering if she, like, died with. She probably died with it. But I think that anyone who likes UK Ghosts or CBS Ghosts or any of that, they're gonna like that one. They're really gonna like this one. I am definitely considering getting the second book. So as soon as I finish reading this one, I'm gonna see how much the second book is, and I'm gonna go ahead and buy it, or buy the licensing. But if you want a non Kindle e-reader that is one of Amazon's biggest competitions, the Nook is the way to go. One of the things I am going to warn people is that Barnes & Noble does not have an ebook subscription service. They do not have that. They don't play with it. They don't think about it. The only subscription service they have is the audiobooks, which by the way, I recommend people to do. I had kind of a little problem with mine, but they gave me like a couple days to get it fixed, and I got it fixed within like 24 hours, because that's when my check came in from my first job, and I let it go. So because when the bank took their money out and Barnes & Noble took their money out, I was going to have at least about $400 left. So I was not worried at all about suddenly, like, having no money to get home from work. So I had more than enough money to get home from work. I love the Nook because, first of all, the Nook was the first e-reader I ever bought when I was in my early 30s. Early 30s. I bought my first e-reader when I was in my early 30s, and it was a Nook. And I think I have mentioned this a couple times, but because I've uploaded so many videos, you guys probably don't know. But when I was leaving with my mother and my brother, God rest my mother's soul, I needed something to do on the Greyhound bus, which, by the way, was hilarious because my mother made a comment about sitting in one spot for hours on end, and it was hilarious. But anyways, so I went to the now defunct Kmart, and I know I'm old. I went to Kmart, and I had asked them about, do you have any e-readers? I was taking a huge chance to go there, see if they had any. They said, well, we don't have a Kindles, but we have the Nook. So I bought the Nook, and I hooked it up to the internet at home, and my mother was kind of staring at this device. This is a different device, but staring at this device like it was the most weirdest object she'd ever seen in her life. And I downloaded, I had opened up, that was the day I opened up a Barnes & Noble account. And so I went and I bought a couple of books. Like, I think I bought like 4 books on my Nook for my first Nook, and like all of them were like I think they were like mystery books or something. I don't really remember which titles they were, but one of them was a book that my mother did not know I uploaded. But I bought it. It was a New Age metaphysical book that my mother wasn't going to like. But I kept solely to those books that I had, the books that I don't remember I got, except for the one that Mom didn't want me to have. But anyways, I was overly protective of my Nook. I ended up having to sell it because we needed something to eat. But now I have a Nook that I will never sell. But I fell in love with Nooks, and over time I went with Kindle and everything. So now I'm back to Nook, and even though I still upload books onto Kindle, I still like my Nook. I still love this thing. This thing is been so wonderful. I absolutely love it. I love it that I finally figured out how to use this Nook button, which is took me quite a while to learn how to do that. What I did on my Nook, and this is an option you can do, have the book covers. So just like with, I wanted to be kind of like Kindle as far as this was concerned. So now I know what like each of the cover looks like. It's not in color. I know people are like, oh my god, it's not in color. That's why Kobo's better. So I bought this, like I said, a month ago, and I did not pay tariff price at all. So what I mean by that is I did not have to worry about Barnes & Noble paying a tariff price for their e-readers and then switching the prices onto the consumer. And because they've got warehouses full of these things. And so they don't raise prices because they have a chock full of them. So I actually got, I believe, $20 off this one because I am a Barnes & Noble premium rewards member. So I did spend over $200 for it total because I got the warranty and I got the case. But I love it. I love this thing a lot. I love the fact is that I can scroll. They have the page turn buttons. So if you guys like page turn buttons, the Nook is perfect for that. And it'll go all the way down to the bottom of it. But like with the Kindle, you do have to have the internet to upload books, to buy books, things like that. What I also like about it is that it doesn't do like the bunching together. Now my Lenovo does that because that's just how it is, but this one, it doesn't do it at all. It will show you what each individual book cover looks like, which is great. I love that. I love the idea that I don't have to press a file or like a bundle and to see what books are there. Love that. I can just look at each individual book cover and decide, okay, which one do I want. Now, if you have not uploaded your title, it'll just say, like, okay, so say for instance you have bought a book, bought an ebook license, and you and it just says like it uploads, but then it just says book on it. Okay, so like you purchase it, and the system downloads it onto your Nook. And there's no you haven't pressed it again to upload it or anything like that. It will just pop up like they have words like where the bottom called book. They have three modes. They have three things you can see on your screen. Book, a bar that will show you how deep you are into the book, and complete. And now on the Lenovo, it will tell you the date that the book was completed, not just completed on the e-reader, just e-reader as a whole. It does not do that. It does not tell you that you completed this book on this day. It does not. It just says completed. So when you upload it, once you press that that page, that little thing again, it will automatically go from book to the bar. Then when you're done with reading, it goes from the bar to complete. So that's how you know that you've not uploaded that book, if you just see the word book on it. So that's what happens. Now, if you have just tapped it again and all that, the bar may not pop up. You might have to wait till you get, well, take it back, you probably will have to wait till you get to an internet connection, and then the bar will appear. Um, Overall, I absolutely just love this one. You can go to the store on here and you can see, like, it's a Barnes and Noble page, and they will show, like, they'll say, like, whatever deal's going on, like, hey, we're marking down this book from, say, $20 to $1.99. And if you click it, and if it's something you're interested in, you can go ahead and buy it. You can also search for, like, free books. And in all honesty, the free books that I'm seeing right now, I'm not even remotely interested in. I'm not interested in romantasy or smut or spice or none of that type of stuff, so I generally don't look at it. I definitely look at the new releases. Like, okay, what new release came out today or this week or whatever. And they will tell you right on the page if the book is now available to buy or if there is a release date on it, which is very different from when I was much younger, where you actually um, had to go in the bookstore, and they would have a little list there of the books that were coming out, and you could decide if those were books that you wanted. But you did not know what the book was about. You did not know what it was about. It's shocking, isn't it? It's shocking. When I was living up in St. Louis in the 90s, there absolutely was no database on when books were coming out. You literally, like, if you saw it was from your favorite author, it was guaranteed you'd buy the book because it's your favorite author. But other than that, you had no idea what the book was about. You went into the book blind as a bat. I know, it's weird. But, yeah, it's, that's just, like, how it is, how it was. I just noticed this one. Then we have your audiobook. And this is the only one that hold on. Oh, this is shelved. Okay, never mind. Yeah. I didn't realize it was my shelved and not my. But yeah. Come on, stay still. So yeah. So yeah. So you didn't know what the book was going to be about. You just knew it was your favorite author, and it was something that you were looking forward to. So yeah. So it's interesting about how much time has passed and how much we have we've been spoiled rotten. We've been spoiled rotten. But overall, I love the Nook a lot. I definitely am making a more point to read more from my Nook than my Kindle. But yeah. So yeah, so you have the shop page, the shop option where you can shop for your audiobooks, for your ebooks. If the Nook doesn't tell you what the next book is, which now the Lenovo does tell you what the next book is. So, like, if they published another book, it will pop up, and it'll give the option of buying it. If I like a book, I love a book, I will always do the option of buying it. But yeah, so the Nook Lenovo does give you the information of, like, this is the next book in the series. The regular Nook does not. I would always advise people to kind of type it up, and like go on Barnes & Noble or go on Amazon and type up, like, the author's name, and it will tell you what the next book in the series is. And then you can go ahead and purchase it on your Nook, and you can enjoy it. So, like I said, I am enjoying this first book in this series that has this dead woman. We find out that she died of carbon monoxide poisoning, but she is very clear that she had a carbon monoxide detector. She had two of them, actually. She had one near the boiler, which is definitely a good idea. And I believe one in her bedroom or something, or living room. So how the hell did she die of carbon monoxide poisoning if she had a carbon monoxide detector? So, yeah, so you have this little band of dead people that literally are trying to figure out who killed this woman. And the dead woman actually has a medium friend who actually is a medium. She actually can talk to the dead. And they have a conversation. And the woman's husband is a constable. So, you know what that means. It means that he has the ability to actually talk to people that knew her and stuff like that. So we'll see how it goes. This is very different than other cozy mysteries that I have actually read. But yeah. So before I leave, I want to end it on this note. My next video is going to be the books that I will be reading next month. I know I had every intention to upload that video yesterday. I even did it, but I ended up going to sleep. This job absolutely wears the person out. It absolutely does. It makes you want to sleep all the time. But anyways, I still love it. I still love my job. I still love making the money and all that stuff. But yeah, so I will end it here, and I will see you guys next time.